What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation, where we're talking creativity and media and all that nerd-ish. I'm your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined once again by my co-host, Mara the motherfucking Shark Watkins. How you doing, Mara?
Hello. I'm
And
alright.
I believe we got somebody else here. Who else is here?
We have the patron saint of podcasting, the warden Matt Ritter.
Yet not the patron saint of patience. But you know, we can't all be perfect. How you doing, Matt?
Hi. Because I'm doing the podcast now. We started.
Aren't you so happy you're having another? And they're both girls?
Two of them tell you mind your own business.
3.
Yeah, I guess it would be 3.
Oh, yeah. In my brain first, I was just like, wait, did you just find out you were having twins? And then I was like, wait. No. Kate.
Oh, man.
This is great.
But outside of that, how are you, sir?
It snowed today.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. So
It
not good at all.
rained
Oh,
here.
hi,
rained
Kate.
here. And
We were just talking about you and how your house spawns down here.
The one that you helped her make?
The attitude and the mind your own business, that's all Kate. That's not me. So
Oh, boy. Anyway, kids, what you been watching? What you been playing?
I binge watched the entire second half of season 7 or 8 or whatever. Shut up, Will. Like the day it dropped, all the episodes, just binge watched that whole second half of that season. Kate and I have been watching Hysteria. Hopefully I'm going to get another episode in tonight. I think we're on episode 4 or 5. We went and saw Venom 3 in theaters.
How was that choice?
It was a Venom movie. I don't like
Okay.
Tom Hardy. Kate loves Tom Hardy. I don't like Tom Hardy. And the Venom movies are just kind of there for me. But
He
it wasn't
intrigues
bad.
me.
It was what it was.
The only one I would say I actively liked was the first one. The second one, I guess there's only 3, and I haven't seen the third one yet. But the second one was just more like, I mean, it was fine. I wasn't upset that I saw it, but
it was supposed to be Venom and Carnage. It should have been amazing, and it was not.
Yeah, it kind of fell a lot short. Like, we were debating going to see the third one, but Chris realized he hadn't seen the second one yet, so we had rented it because it wasn't to stream anywhere anymore.
didn't nobody want to pay for it.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll spend $3 for this, like to have it for a couple of days. And he watched it. Bless you. And he was just like, this was dumb. Essentially, like,
Yeah.
paraphrasing, but
I want to see the third one, kind of, but
But
not
I wanna-
enough to pay for it.
Yeah. And
I-
at this,
May or may not have other ways of seeing said movie without paying for it, so we'll see.
and I feel like at this point, I'll just wait for it. It'll be on one of them soon.
Eventually, yeah.
Like I said, it's cool. It's fine. It wasn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like you should go. I've always said this. I don't personally like Tom Hardy because I feel like he always seems drunk in everything that he does. Like,
That's why
that is
he
just-
intrigued.
he sounds drunk in every role that he's in. It could be the accent. I feel like he always just plays a drunk version of whatever character he's playing, including Eddie Brock. Sweet Pea. I watched the entire season of Sweet Pea over on Max, I think, or Stars. With Mommy's calling you. Go. Ella, the chick from
Ragnarok.
No. The video game adaptation TV show Nukem.
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. She's the main character in that and this. Can't think of the
Okay.
actor's name.
I don't know her name either, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, same.
Writers, because again, Kate loves. I watch Tom Hardy for Kate. She loves Tom Hardy, so I watch a lot of Tom Hardy, and my opinion has not changed. And I've seen Bronson, and I've seen Venom, and I've seen The Bike Riders, and I've seen whatever that movie was where he played two characters in one movie where he was like brothers, and all of it, and it's all the same to me. We watched the TV show that he had, but anyway, my challenge that I've been doing for myself, week 2 was 30 Days a Night, 300 Rise of an Empire, 6 Souls, 8 Mile, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
So you got into the A's. Gotcha.
Yes. Today was Across the Universe.
Okay. And how's that going for you? Still, are you pleased with your decision?
Yes and no. I mean, there's shit that I have never seen that I bought for Kate or whatever. So like, or
Okay.
Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I bought because my mom used to love that movie, and I remember watching with her as a kid. But I haven't watched it since I was a kid. So like, going back and watching that, like shit that I bought that I haven't watched since I bought it. Like, so I watched Accepted, which asked me about my wiener. So
What a classic.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. Playing Fortnite, which I completed the season pass, so I'm just kind of waiting for the next season to come by. But Ghostface dropped to Mortal Kombat 1, and I've been playing the fuck out of that. And I am really enjoying playing as Ghostface in MK.
I heard that Ghostface, I guess, is supposed to be another old character dressed as Ghostface. Is that true?
I saw them take off the mask, and I thought it was Billy Loomis from the original. It looked like Skeet Ulrich. So maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. I kept seeing things about it, like it was articles that was talking about it, but I didn't care enough to actually click on the article, so I didn't know.
I just assumed it was Skeet Ulrich. That's what it looked like, but it could be somebody, and that would also be cool. But he's fun as fuck to play with. The fatality, the fourth wall fatality, is really cool to do and fun. Animality's fun. It's all fun. So I've been having a blast with that.
Okay. What about you, Mara?
Nice. Oh wait, so is Ghostface the last of the DLC characters to come out?
It's the most recent. There's still Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan and the T-1000
Okay.
from Terminator.
Well, then I might be ready to get the game. I was waiting because I just wanted the ones that I wanted to be out.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I didn't want to buy it, and then I'm playing with one, and then I gotta wait for another and wait for another. So now I think it's worth it. And Black
It is really fun.
Hopefully, I'm gonna cross my fingers. There will be a Black Friday something on it.
Probably.
But I feel like this week has been a lot more of an anime week. I caught up on Dan to Dan, episode 7. I'm sorry?
You see today's episode?
Oh, there's a new episode out?
Up on Thursdays, yeah.
Oh, thank God. Because I thought I heard that they were going on break, and I was just like, you cannot make me weirded out and laugh for 6 episodes and then emotionally rip my heart out in the 7th one and then go on a break. I mean, that's usually what most shows will do, but but I was just like, please don't do that. Oh, okay, yay. I have an episode to watch. Cool.
Yeah, it was. I watched it on my lunch break today. It was just, I don't know.
It's probably not a great follow-up to last week's, but
was not. I was very, you know how you watch an episode like that was 22 minutes of nothing. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's a filler episode.
I mean, yes and no. It's like it felt like they were trying to move things along, but nothing really moved along. it was a whole lot. I mean, you know who they are. It was a whole lot of Momo and what's her name?
Okay.
Araya.
Oh, the pink hair girl.
Yeah,
I
whatever the
forgot
fuck.
her name.
Yeah. Bunch of them arguing back and forth at the beginning, and then misunderstandings happen, and then something shows up, and then nothing happens. It's just like, okay.
But yes, I caught up on that, and then Momo. No, that's the other girl.
Momo was the one I remembered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main girl. I don't want to say what happens to her so that to identify.
Yeah.
But either way, and then I started Kaiju number 8 at Chris's recommendation. So I've made it up to episode 8 so far, and that
What's
is
it
a
called?
great Kaiju number 8.
Okay.
It's an interesting show. It's like this dude lives, obviously it's in Japan. They have kaiju attacks, and he's like on this cleanup crew of cleaning up the dead kaiju because they have like a special force team who takes care of them when they pop up. Somehow this dude becomes like a human kaiju. So
Okay.
yeah, it's an interesting concept, but he's also trying out for the force of the people who like kill kaiju. So it's an interesting one. I would recommend it.
What's it on?
Crunchyroll.
Okay.
If you need it, I got you.
Okay.
And then I watched the first episode of this other weird anime called Zombieland Saga, which was hilariously weird. This girl just like was wanting to try out to be in this pop band, and then she's on her way, I think, to school or to drop off her application or whatever, and she gets hit by a car, and then she wakes up and to find out that she's a zombie, and we find out this dude is bringing her and some of these other girls back to life to make them a band, and it's been like 10 years that she's been dead. It's so weird.
So you're
But like,
making a zombie girl group?
yes.
Okay.
But yeah, and then like at the end of the episode, all like only the one girl is like conscious. The rest of them are kind of like brainless, like zombies. And then at the end of the episode, somehow one of them just wakes up, and it's like, what the fuck? But the last one I watched was this weird one called Magical Girl Raising Project, which is where it's kind of like these girls turn into like Sailor Moon-esque magical girls.
God.
But then all of a sudden, like the source of this mana that gives them their powers and such, that helps them like help people, apparently, has a slow bandwidth when you have too many magical girls, right? So the little bunny thing that's like their little mentor is like, well, 6 of you gotta go. But the thing is, when you stop being a magical girl, you die in real life. And they were like, what? And so then the rules start bending where like they have to like, they're like each week the girl who's collected the least amount of candies, and you earn candies by doing good things, and the girl who earns the least, pretty much gets voted off the island. But then they
This
change.
is Sailor Moon Big Brother.
Yes, but then it turns homicidal because then they start changing the rules. Like, oh, you can kind of like Apple Pay Cash your candies if you want to like share some. Like you can share with your fellow magical girl if you want to or not.
So if somebody has like excess, magical, was it candies?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I got extra here that I'll still be safe, but you don't have enough, and I'm gonna give you enough so you have more than her. And got it.
Yeah, and then they were like, you can take candies however you need, however you find necessary.
Oh, you
and
can
so
take
then,
them. Okay.
and then they started killing each other. So, yo, it's insane, but
so
it's
kind of like how they did on Go Loser Ranger.
I think so. I've only watched a couple episodes of that. I think
okay.
Chris watched further into it. But yeah.
Why are you making that face, Matt?
I just feel very left out of this entire conversation.
Watch more
Also,
anime.
every time Mara talked about an anime that she watched, she started with, I watched, and then there was this weird one. But
They're all
everyone was
weird.
this weird one.
They're all weird.
So I found that amusing.
But I want to keep watching them. So it's a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
And she was
Not much new for me. I did continue playing Dragon Age of Veilguard, been playing D&D, starting up the campaign with the kids. That's going to be fun. FTK, check that out, coming soon. Well, the first one with me playing with Munch came out with me teaching him how to play. There'll be another one coming out.
If you want to babysit Zoe for a couple hours, I can put the headphones
Zoe
on.
can't read, so
maybe a good dungeon master would talk her through it.
No.
He would just have to read it to her.
Yeah, and I don't have that kind of patience. Nope.
Weren't you the one saying I don't have patience at the beginning of the show?
Yeah.
Pot, kettle.
Yeah, I never said I did. But anyway.
Touché.
So there was that happening. But I started watching this animated show started watching it on Hulu. Invincible Fight Girl. Matt, you should write this one down.
I told you about this show.
Did you?
Last week. Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he did.
Specifically had a conversation with you about this and said, Travis, it's about a girl who wants to become a professional wrestler in outer space, and you should check it out. It sounds right up your alley.
The only reason I can
if that's the case, you were right.
Yeah. Only reason I can confirm that is because I think I had cut the video where he said that exact thing.
Okay. I remember watching it after I saw a post from Tony Baker on IG, though, because he's in it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry, Matt.
Well, now I'm just gonna blue sky and or fucking threads Tony Baker anytime I want Travis to go do something.
I probably would have remembered eventually. So I watched that. Only watched 2 episodes of it though, because when I went to watch the 3rd episode, it wasn't there for some reason. And then the 4th wasn't there either, but the 5th episode was there. It's like, where did 3 and 4 go? It was weird. But anyway, I also started watching, we finished the entire first season over the week. This show on Prime Video called Cross. And goddamn. Like, it was basically the premise of the show is it's this guy, he's a detective, married, out with his wife and another couple, and they're out eating, having a good time and all that, happy married, all that kind of shit. Wife gets shot and killed while they're out.
Damn.
She goes to the bathroom, she's shot and killed. A year later, he's a detective. Somebody has killed this person, well-known member of the community, big part of the, defund the police movement, Black Lives Matter, all that. He's found dead. And turns out that he is one of many who have been targeted by this serial killer. And not because he was black, but it was other reasons. But there's a whole thing where people thought that the cops killed him, and then there is a whole thing going on, a lot of conspiracies and shit going on inside the police department. Like, you don't know who's on whose side and all that. The fucking commissioner sucks as a person. You find that out right away. But yeah, and then there's also things start to pick up from what happened to his wife, because now somebody is stalking him and teasing him. Doing a lot of random. Somebody broke into his house. I'll go ahead and tell y'all this. Somebody broke into his house, and I mean, it's a big plot point, but it doesn't really give away anything for the show. It's just kind of anyway. Somebody broke into his house, went up into his bedroom, and left his wife's scarf hanging in the bedroom. The scarf that she was wearing the day she died.
Nasty work.
Yeah, because when she got killed, when she got shot, she didn't have the scarf on anymore that she was wearing that day. You don't really notice this when you're watching the show at first, but then they show it to you like, oh, she was wearing that the day she got shot. When he found her after she got shot, she wasn't wearing the scarf anymore. They broke into his house and left the scarf in the bedroom for somebody else to find. It's just like
That's petty.
That is fucked up. But yeah, it's a good one. So it's a solid thriller. It's forgot that nigga name. Y'all saw Black Adam, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Hawkman.
Oh, Aldous Hodge.
Yeah, him.
I would not have known that.
Once she said the name, I recognized it, but it was just like
I did not.
I just be knowing things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was able to just know that off the top of my head, but thank God for it.
I've never heard that name before in my life. I know who played Hawkman in Black Adam. Like visually, I can picture who it is, but never heard that name before in my life.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching and playing. Before we move
I haven't
on,
played anything, but Grand Theft Auto 5 is back in the catalog. So now I'm happy because I can play it. And PlayStation.
You don't just own
I do, but I don't know where my disc version is, and I had it for PS4, so I don't know if it will go over to my PS5.
It will. If you put the disc in, it'll work. But
what were you gonna say, Matt?
Well, on that note, I think that it is bullshit that if you have owned at some point a disc version of a game, it requires you to still own the disc version of the game to play the game. I feel like they should automatically give you the free download and allow you to play the digital version because you at some point own the disc version, because there are games that are sitting in my library that are locked that I can't play and I don't have the fucking disc for anymore that I wanted to kind of go back and fuck with, and I can't now because I don't have discs. But they're just sitting there taunting me, and it's fucking bullshit, PlayStation. Stop being bastards. Hey, give us the shit.
This is why they keep getting sued.
Yeah.
You have proof that I own the game, but now I can't play the game. Fuck off.
They once I forget which Mortal Kombat, but one of them I had the disc version of already downloaded and installed on the PlayStation, right? Accidentally purchased again digitally. Tried to instantly go to PlayStation support to ask them to refund it. And they said, because I downloaded it, I could not get a refund for it. And I was like, I did download it. I have the disc version installed on my PlayStation. So all I've done is open the disc version. And they were like, no, it says that you download. I was like,
when was this?
It was a couple years back.
Okay. They've changed their policy on that since then. It's like if you've played a certain amount of time on it or something like that, then they'll still refund.
Yeah, it was for your reference,
because of shit like that is why they changed the policy.
2 addresses ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
they've got something. It's a similar policy to Steam, where if you paid a certain amount of hours, then you can't get your money back. But if it's under, I forgot how much time. But anyway,
no, EA doesn't do that. There was another game I think that said that, but maybe that was that. But whatever.
Anyway, thank you all for watching right now. Don't forget, if you're not watching us live, you can watch us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Creatia World. If you go there, we appreciate you subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you got Prime Gaming. So what you can, you're waving at, yeah, hi. He can't hear us, but hi.
Can't hear us.
That's why I waved.
I'll tell him.
Appreciate it. Anyway, if you have Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming, so you can subscribe for free. All you got to do is you take your Amazon Prime account, take your Twitch account, put them together, fusion, they come together, they form Prime Gaming. You get a free Twitch subscription every month. We appreciate you giving that to us. If not, give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. Don't let it go to waste. If you don't use it, you lose it. Make sure you re-up it every month. You can also watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. And if you do it there, you can actually subscribe for free. And you subscribe for free.
Sorry.
Um,
I was doing the comments in the beginning, sir. While your Todd was todding around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all done?
Yeah.
Are y'all done? Can I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, you can subscribe there for free. And what else you can do is right next to the subscribe button is a little bell. And hanging from that bell, there's a little bean. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to flick that bean. You do that, you get notified every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good stuff. You can find links to everything we do at creationworld.com. And you can find us on all the socials, including Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creation World, and on Blue Sky at Creation World.
I gotta make a banner for that one.
It's okay. And that's it. Probably wouldn't even plan on doing the socials at that point anyway. But I was on a roll and y'all threw me off with your bickering.
I'm sorry.
Let's watch a trailer.
Sorry, Dad.
She pulled up one comment and started talking shit.
Hey. You're not helping.
I'm not trying to help.
So let's watch a trailer, shall we? Matt's in timeout.
So he doesn't get to watch the show. He doesn't get to comment on the trailer.
You know what? I'll let you decide which trailer we do, Mara.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
So, Netflix, DreamWorks, Warner Brothers, or Nintendo?
Netflix.
All right.
That's what I wanted
Can I
to.
bring him back. Okay.
You know what I love about this though is like I can also put Travis in timeout. He doesn't
I was
have
like,
all the
why did
power
Travis
anymore.
leave? I feel like we're unlocking the door and opening the door at the same time.
Put Matt Dak down at the bottom where he belongs. Anyway, let's watch this Wallace and Gromit trailer.
I'm gonna send it to you, Travis.
Feathers McGraw. You have been found guilty of the attempted robbery of the Blue Diamond. If not for two upstanding citizens, you would have succeeded in your wicked plan.
Got away with it too.
Morning,
I've
Gromit.
never fucked with
My favorite.
Wallace and Gromit.
Why?
Really?
Another great day of inventing
I-
things. Wait till you see the next
Is it
thing.
the
They're not murdering each other in a ring. I don't really like claymation. I'm not going to lie to you.
Call me Nobot.
So you didn't like Chicken Run either?
No.
Well, look at him.
I didn't like Chicken Run either, though. Like,
Why?
I just didn't. I just didn't really fuck with it.
He's
Okay.
a household gnome. What could possibly go wrong?
A lot.
Robot recharge time. New instructions received.
What on earth? I just don't get it. Why would my own gnome turn evil?
It's a proper.
I'm intrigued now, though.
Why? Because you
See?
saw fire?
Well, I saw a gnome trying to set somebody on fire. Yes.
The
feel like
glove is off.
It's you again.
The animation's very off-putting. It makes me uncomfortable.
The animation, what?
It's
It
very
makes
Makes
him
me
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
powerful.
Oh. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. I would ask you heads or tails, Matt, but I know what you're going to pick. Mara, what's your topic?
What is a Denzel Washington role? that you would recast with Will Smith? Not because it's bad or anything, just because you just want to see what Will Smith would do with it. Or you know what Will Smith would do with it.
I hear you. You want to go first? You want us to go first?
Oh, I would hear y'all's first. I think mine was very simple.
I might upset you with what I have to say, so you should probably go first, Travis.
So, I feel like we've talked about this before, not like specifically, but I remember mentioning at some point that I feel like Will Smith can play every character that Denzel Washington has played, but Denzel Washington can't play every role that Will Smith has played. Name a role that Denzel Washington has played that you don't think Will Smith could do. Do better. Do better. Not saying he'd do it better, but he could still pull it off. What can he not do?
I don't think anything where Denzel's the bad guy, because I don't think Will Smith can be a bad guy. And that was the hardest thing I had as I was going through these movies, is like, if Denzel's the bad, I don't think Will Smith could do Malcolm X. I really don't.
I strongly disagree on that one, but
as I'm watching, like, again, Training Day, I don't see, he can't do bad guy. I found one movie where he wasn't supposed to be an old man who was the hero, like Man on Fire and shit. I found one movie that wasn't that I thought Will Smith could do. One that I thought Will Smith could do. And that's why I said, when I say what I gotta say, you're not gonna like it. Because I feel the opposite. I think Denzel could fucking do anything Will Smith did. I don't think Will Smith can really do shit that Denzel did.
Shit. Nah. Denzel couldn't do Hancock. I'll throw that one out there first. Anything that had a comedic, anything that Will Smith had that was comedic, I don't think Denzel could pull it off.
I feel like he could say yes, but I feel like I'd be very
Denzel and Hitch.
Right, Denzel Washington in Hancock.
No. Denzel does not have the comedic chops. It just wouldn't work. But anyway, as I was saying, you mentioned actually my answer, because I would want to see Will Smith do Training Day, which sounds blasphemous, because the thing is, that's the one that Denzel got the Oscar for. But I think Will can pull it off, and I want to see it happen. Maybe not that exact movie, but if he could do a movie like that, I would love to see him do it. So one now, so he could prove Matt wrong, but also I think he could. So my answer to that question was Training Day.
Okay.
I already stated my case. So my one movie was John Q. That is the only movie in Denzel's entire filmography that I looked at and said, I could see Will Smith doing that. The one movie. John Q.
That was the choice that I went with, because that was like when I thought of
John Q.
Yeah, John Q. When I thought of the question, I fucked up.
How'd you fuck up?
You'll see it in a second.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. When I thought of the topic,
editing job harder.
When I thought of the question, the first one that came to mind was John Q, because like Will Smith, plays like, I'm doing this because for a sympathetic reason, and it's like, but like a few of the other roles, like I feel like The Preacher's Wife, I feel like one would be like, I was like, I don't know if I would per se see him in it as much.
I think he could do that and it end up being more comedic, but he could do it.
Yeah, like it would
be a different movie.
It wouldn't have the same feel that it was supposed to have.
He could do Unstoppable. I'll give him Unstoppable.
Is that the train one?
That's the train one. Yeah, he could do that.
He did 2 train movies?
What's the other one?
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
I don't think that was. Yes, that's kind of a train, but not 2 different kinds of trains.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A subway train and a freight train are two different kinds of trains. It's
I
not the
thought
same thing.
yeah, but there's still 2 train movies. What?
What he said was 2 different types of trains, though. And that's what he was saying.
Okay. But I didn't know about the Unstoppable one. I didn't realize he was in that one. That's why I was like, I know about Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. That's why I was like, he did 2?
You think he could do American Gangster, Travis?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I cannot.
I think that would change the movie, though.
The Manchurian Candidate?
I actually never saw that.
I feel like he could do Fences.
It would stretch him, but yeah, I think he could.
Antoine Fisher?
I definitely think he could do Antoine Fisher.
Flight?
Oh yeah, he could do Flight easily.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans?
But I feel like he would probably like, can
Yeah.
we take all the copious amount of drugs out of this? And they'd be like, no, Will, that's the whole premise.
This is the whole thing. It's the main,
It's
one
the
of the
main
main things.
thing. What else we got? I feel like he could do Book of Eli with like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you Book of Eli.
What was that other one that he
Equalizer.
did? Fallen. He could do that too.
What else we got here? I just pulled up a whole bunch of them.
He got game.
Yeah.
I have not seen that. Deja Vu.
I think the issue that I have with it is you're imagining what a Will Smith version of this movie would be, and I'm trying to imagine Will Smith doing Denzel, and I don't think he can do Denzel.
Denzel can't do Will Smith either. Like that's the thing. Like it's just you're looking for the wrong thing here.
I feel like some of them, like some of like the drama roles that Denzel has had, I feel like Will could probably slide in on those pretty well, and it would like keep it the same kind of movie. Some of the action crime ones, kind of, I feel like you're not going to
Rey
make
Mysterio, Travis. Will Smith is acting's Rey Mysterio. He is a perennial good guy. He has never played a villain. And I don't know that he has the chops.
Nothing never happens until it happens to the first time.
Same thing with Rey Mysterio. He's always been a babyface until he finally turns heel, but he hasn't done it yet.
He actually has. You just weren't watching WCW at that time. But, you know, he's done it.
I feel like some of the more crime, the more like what Matt said, I feel like some of them that teeter on the edge of like more criminal, like it would change the whole tone of the movie with Will. I feel the tone.
I don't know. I feel like there may be a few more laughs in there, but it wouldn't fundamentally change the movie.
Okay.
So no, he wouldn't play it exactly like Denzel does. Of course not. No 2 actors play anything exactly the same way.
Touche.
That would never work that way. It just they're different people. But
why am I lighting change?
But cool.
Yeah.
What about y'all? What do you think? Do you think, Will Smith can play any role that Denzel does? Or, can Denzel play any role that Will Smith does? What do y'all think? Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think, because I'm curious.
I want to see what your choices would be.
Yeah. Let's watch another trailer though.
Let's get it.
Got something here from Mara that she wanted us to see.
It's a documentary.
You seem very excited.
Wait till we see the topic. Matt.
Did you imagine that one day
I see it.
in a chair to talk about Girls Gone Wild?
I figured at some point I get a knock on the door.
Can I just say that when I heard that this was a documentary coming out, I was just like, all the scandalous things that we grew up with, I was like, I never even thought of this.
About how bad this actually might have been.
Yes. Like all this time, I've been sitting here like, I cannot wait for the expose on America's Next Top Model and the harm it has done. And I was just like, Girls Gone Wild
was everywhere. He's hanging out with famous people. And the first 2
I
years,
can't wait till they say, and this is where it went bad.
Girls were already pulling their tops off and flashing the jet as we were pulling in.
I never thought that that would come back and haunt me for 20 years.
Did you know it was hardcore?
Is it censored? Because if it is, I don't give a fuck.
Probably is.
I was too young to be taped.
Yeah, once we get to that line, no, it's gonna be awesome.
Were you concerned about starting a where the CEO was in prison?
I guess,
Joe Francis, what a miserable little.
I never knew who the guy behind it was, but he looks like.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do the interview too.
Do you feel bad for the girls?
No. I bet you it's gonna be 15 minutes.
I know what I'm
of
watching
him
on
saying
December
no.
3rd.
Yeah. I'll definitely check that one out because even if it's just out of curiosity.
Hell yeah. I remember because Girls Gone Wild, like as I grew up, like that was what they painted spring break to be.
Yeah.
And this is why by the time I got to college, my family was like, so did you want to come home?
Girls Gone Wild is specifically why I regretted not going to college, because I felt like I missed out on college spring break and Mardi Gras.
Then you learned you could just go
Let
to
me
these
tell you
things.
something, Matt. Spring break 2008 was a time, sir. we were in Daytona Beach, Florida. All right. Went to Daytona for spring break. Went to this club. What was it called? The Aqua Lounge, I think it was called, in Daytona. I don't even know if it's still open. But we went there one night. And it was me, a couple of my frat brothers, some other people. Brittany was with us, Mara. And we were in this club, and we were frat, so we did our strolls and all that kind of stuff in the club. Got a lot of attention. People loved us. We had a great time. So great of a time, in fact, that they told us that there was going to be, Girls Gone Wild was going to be at this club in 2 days. And they were having a party there, inviting a lot of people. They were like, here you go. All 5 of you get free passes to come back for this party. I'm like, we were supposed to leave the next day, actually. And we were like, yeah, we're staying. and we went to that party. I don't have any of the good pictures anymore.
Of course you don't.
Because the safe for work ones were posted on Facebook, but the not safe for work ones were on another camera, and I don't have that camera anymore. But
my not safe for work ones were in a folder that got deleted shortly after Kate moved into my house.
Understandable. It was, but yeah. I remember that shit. We were in there, and we also, I don't even remember what this dude's name was, but he played for the Jacksonville Jaguars or something, and he got us into
Jaguar.
VIP and shit. Is that?
No, I was just saying Jaguar. I don't know. I love saying that word. But
did you hear? You gotta say it like the British people, like Jaguar.
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 Did you see that they rebranded and changed their logo around, kind of?
No, I don't pay attention to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, not the team, the car.
Oh, the car.
Yeah, they changed something about their car look, like the logo, or it's a plan change or something. I have to find the article that was talking about it because I saw it somewhere, but I'll send it later. Put it in a comment somewhere.
But yeah, the Aqua Lounge, 2008, spring break. There were lots of titties. That's just to let you know that's what was happening. There also was a whole thing where they were like inviting some other girls who were dancing, all that, to go out to the bus and all that other kind of stuff. We saw all that happening. I didn't see what happened on the bus, but there was a whole thing where they got invited up to go over to the bus and all that kind of stuff. And they're just like, okay. Those were the good old days before everybody's phone had a camera and was posting on social media and shit, so you can get exposed like that. People just were having a good time. It was great. But anyway. You lose again, Matt. So, my topic.
I'm trying. It was not scrolling. I'm just like, get to it.
What's a movie or TV show that had an ending that you absolutely hated, and why did you hate it?
God damn it, where do I start?
You seem very eager, Mara. I'm sure one of them is Game of Thrones, but you know what? Go ahead.
Honestly, when I saw your question come up in the Slack, I felt triggered. I almost said back to you, I was like, where do I start? How much time do I have? How many shows can I possibly talk about? Besides Game of Thrones ending, what was another one? Dexter. How I Met Your Mother, which was recently re-triggered for me because one of my friends came over for a little girl time and we started watching I think season 5 of How I Met Your Mother, and then it just reminded me, like, and I was laughing and I was enjoying, and it just reminded me that I watched 9 or 10 fucking seasons of that show of them telling the story of how he met these two kids' fucking mother, just to finally see her at the end, I think, of the second to last season, to finally get them together. I think like the third or fourth to last episode of the series, to fucking kill her. I've never been so angry at a show. And then after that, for the kids to be like, this story sounds a lot less like How You Met Mom and a lot like how you're in love with Aunt Robin. And then he goes to her fucking house.
When he goes to her house, was it Bob Saget?
No.
Wasn't Bob Saget doing the voiceover for that, though?
He was doing the narrating, but Ted is the dad.
Right, but it was Bob Saget's voice, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, How I Met Your Mother, so the dude's supposed to grow up into Bob Saget, right? Like,
you would have thought so. I
never really watched the show, so I don't know. I just know that part of it.
Yes, Bob Saget did narrate as older Ted, but I believe come the end of the last episode, like kind of once they said that the mother died because she got sick, and then he was talking about da 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 da, and I think the kids asked, "Well, where now?" I think they turned the camera, and I think they just tried to use makeup to make
him look older.
Make him look older, yeah.
Boom. I really thought this was just gonna be Mara shitting on the end of Game of Thrones for 5 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
Full expectation.
I mean, I could also go off on Dexter for all of that shit, for him to, like,
that bothered me a lot less than it bothered a lot of other people. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't good, but it did not bother me nearly as much as it bothered other people.
That last season was so weird. Like, all of that shit, like, of trying to figure out if his sister knowing that he was killing people and her trying to work through whether or not she's in love with her fucking brother or not, her adopted brother. Either way,
it's different. There's pornos of one.
I know. It's just when you think about the fact that they grew up.
There's pornos of both.
I was just about to correct myself and say that when you start. I'm like, yeah, if you're honestly, there's actually pornos of the other two.
And then she ends up fucking dying. He throws her body into a storm, and then he throws her body into the ocean. Gives his son to.
He puts it on a boat and drives the boat into the storm, right?
Yeah, and then I think he still dumped her off, and then gave his son to a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, but she was a good mom.
Was she? Because that nigga came looking for him the first chance he got.
She died.
I didn't watch the whole second spinoff of it.
It wasn't. It was a continuation. You haven't seen it, then you don't really know how it ended.
All I know is that first episode ended with like, "Hey, Dad."
She died, and he came looking for his dad, who he thought was dead and found out was still alive. So, like, yeah.
Did they go on serial killer adventures together?
They did.
That's amazing.
Think so.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wonderful show.
It is.
Is the continuation pretty much that Harry also has the same fucking gene and he's trying to fight it?
Well, not so much fight it. He's learning that he has it.
To go full into
And
it.
then Dexter once Dexter realizes, oh, fuck, this is what it is, then it's Dexter trying to teach his son how to do it properly.
Father son
and
bonding.
not get caught.
Father son.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I guess. But I can't think of anything else right now that made me as upset as those. I'm also upset about Girlfriends. How Girlfriends ended. That left on such a fucking cliffhanger and then they got canceled. I don't like that. And they never came back to it. Same thing with Star. Lee Daniels, I'm looking at you. You promised me an ending and you never came through on
That's
it.
the network's fault, man. That's not his fault.
I know. He could have shopped around more. I would have taken a Netflix spinoff for God's sake.
I'm sure he would have too. You say this
Wait,
like
give it to Tubi. Give it to somebody.
she wanted on Tubi.
If it will get made and wrap the story up, because they ended that shit with her kid getting taken. And that's literally it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But those are cancellations. Those weren't official endings. But Girlfriends was a soft spot because especially when Netflix brought them back, like was bringing back all like the classic black sitcoms.
Mhm.
It just reminded me that Girlfriends ended on a cliffhanger and it never got concluded.
Oh man. What about you, Matt?
I mean, there aren't a lot of good shows that had good endings, like shows that I loved, even The Sopranos, but like it doesn't really bother me. For me, it's It Follows, which is my most hated horror movie. We did our most hated horror movies. I fucking hate It Follows with a passion.
More than 28 days later?
More than 28 days later, because It Follows is literally I mean, there's metaphor and you can dig deep and look into a lot of it, but essentially you have sex and then this unidentified, unknown thing that only you can see that can change its shape follows you very slowly. And the only way to get it to stop following you is to have sex with someone else. So it's a ghost STD that is hunting you at a snail's pace. And the end of the movie is the two characters realizing that it's just going to follow them for the rest of their lives. It's a metaphor for like your reputation. So what do? They just hold hands and let it follow them. You don't get an explanation of like where this thing came from, what it is. Nothing. It's just them holding hands and walking down the sidewalk while being followed. Mind you, this is the nerdy kid who's been trying to fuck this girl the entire time. I'm pretty sure she got gangbanged on a boat. She fucked the dude across the street. He's watching all of this happen, and he's still like, I really want that ghost STD from her because she's so amazing. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate that movie. And
That sounds like an overall bad movie in general.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
It's like it's good for like a good jump scare for like if you're like really out of your mind.
Everything
but like
that you need to see from that movie, you can watch the trailer. It's all there.
yeah. I agree with that, Matt. That is overall a bad movie.
People like it because it's elevated horror and because it's a metaphor for your sexual reputation and blah, blah, blah. Like there's subtext in there that I guess resonates with people. For me,
everybody wants to make everything a fucking think piece. Like it's just a bad fucking movie.
I didn't think that Zombie Stripper was quality filmmaking. I did not think. I said that I know it's a bad movie, but I can enjoy a bad movie that's supposed to be a bad movie.
I to say a bad movie that knows it's a bad movie is very different. Like,
thank you. It Follows was not a bad movie that knew it was a bad movie.
As someone who enjoys bad movies, bad TV, and all that, yeah. I can tell you when they know what they are.
Tubi ain't out here saying award-winning anything.
No. When the movie ends with a super zombie strip off where they're shooting pool balls and shit at each other out of their, and Jenna Jameson is one of the main characters. If you're expecting cinema, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Right? You're looking in the wrong place. Yeah. I hear you. So, for me, let me ask y'all this: what show do I talk about the most?
Big Brother.
Lost.
Well, I mean, Big Brother for a certain part of the year. Yes, Mark.
Okay, Lost.
I love that show. I love it so much.
Fuck you so hard.
But the last 2 seasons, especially the last season, I hate it viscerally. It's just like to the point where I watched the first 3.5 seasons of the show, like, all of season 1 through 3 and half of season 4. And then I stop because I will never subject myself to that again, even though I love the first part of the show. Love it so much. Even going back now, I'm like, oh, this is so fucking good. And Lost is great. The last 2 seasons are not. Season 6 is fucking awful. And then you get to the end.
Lost is a nightmare for me. Do you know why? Well,
Why?
first and foremost, it's a nightmare because you had a deal, I believe, with Mara, where if she watched Lost, you would do something. I don't think she ever did it. But then you and I also made a deal.
Excuse me,
And
I watched the entirety of
Yeah.
Lost, and I gave
Did you?
him a written synopsis of it.
Maybe you did. But you and I also struck a deal, and I sat down and I watched all of Lost. And I'm pretty sure, I got to go back and see what our deal was, but I don't think you ever did the other end of that deal. That's neither here nor there.
I don't even remember the deal, but I believe I did. I'm not even gonna say I didn't make that deal with you because I 100% believe I would do that. I just don't remember what the deal.
It was John. You tried to make a deal with John, and John never watched Lost. That's what it was. It wasn't Mara. Mara
I was gonna say you got a deal. I think I was just told to watch it.
Yeah, no. He tried to strike a deal with John. John wouldn't do it, and then I made a deal with them. And I need to go back like 7 years and figure out what the fuck that was. But neither here nor there. I love lore. There is so much lore, but there is no fucking lore. And you have no idea how frustrating that is to try and follow a show and dig into the lore, and then there is no fucking lore, but it's full of fucking lore.
There is. It's just when you get to the end and find out what the lore is, it's fucking trash.
It's not lore. Dude. Oh my God.
That's a cop-out. It's not a lore, it's a cop-out.
It fucked my mind so hard, and I was so mad at you by the end of that. I was so mad.
I remember going through that too. I was like, why?
The whole thing, like finding out what the whispers were and all that shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And then Travis being like, well, you don't have to watch the last season. It's like, fuck you.
I've already made it.
I need to know. I need to know what happened. It's gonna disappoint you, but I still need to know.
And you sat here and you were like, you just don't have to. I was like, you did this.
That's the thing. You know why you were so sucked in? Because the first part was so good.
No.
And then they just killed it.
The first part promised something really good that never came. The girls never came, Travis. Should have done that one last week too.
I remember watching the first 2 episodes of that because they came on back to back when it first premiered.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sitting there and I was like, I am never watching this. I travel way too fucking much to be like, I'm going to calmly watch this show about this plane that mysteriously broke apart and crashed.
My thing is what really like locked me in because somebody else got me to start watching it. It was somebody at work. And
kill them.
When the first episode ended, that fucking, what we later found out was the smoke monster in the woods, whatever. But you had no idea what it was. I'm like, is that a fucking dinosaur in the woods? Like, I know there's no way this is a fucking dinosaur, but I need to find out what the fuck that is. And that's what hooked me in the first place. Then the rest of it, I'm just like, oh, this is great. Every episode has me like, oh shit, now what? Oh shit, now what? Oh shit, now what? And then we got to the now what at the end, and I'm like, oh, fuck you.
The problem was every episode presented you with a new question, but never a fucking answer.
Well, here's the thing. They did give you answer. It's just that the answer was another question.
Just created another question. Oh my God.
I'm like, reliving trauma right now.
Clearly.
Oh man.
Face is getting red, Matt.
New podcast idea. Lost Rewatch. Let's go.
No.
Nope. Nope.
It'll be just you and maybe one weirdo from Reddit.
Allison said she likes it. She might watch it with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Travis
I'm
and
not
Al.
doing that. I gotta like, psych myself up to watch it again because that's a commitment.
Travis and Al, the Lost Tapes.
All right. What about y'all out there? What's an ending of a show or a movie that you just said fuck you at the end of, that you just hated it, and why? What's your reasoning? Let us know. I want to know. Put it in the
Side
comments.
note, we also just did a podcast on M. Night Shyamalan and like half of his movies as well. Glass, The Happening, The Village, Trap, like fuck them all.
Okay. The Village. Oh, I remember The Village. That's
The
the one with-
Happening.
The Village is the one where it's like they're actually they're in real time, but
yeah.
they're pretending that they're not.
They created this own space for themselves, and
Motherfuckers are pretending to be.
It's like that
monsters they were
episode of
seeing was
South
just dude in
Park.
the costume and shit. Yeah.
It's like that episode of South Park where they go to the old timey village and everyone is committed to the fucking role and refuses to admit that it's not
1864.
Exactly.
But
The Happening is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. And I love Mark Wahlberg. That movie is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
Was that an Aliens one?
No.
You want to see a trailer for another potential piece of shit?
Something
That's
with the
the
trees.
wind.
Oh,
Yes, the
okay,
wind.
yeah.
That kills you.
Want to see a trailer for another potential piece of shit?
Sure.
I guess.
I got more Jack Black for you.
Oh my God, why? Why is he doing so much this year?
I don't know. Here we
Minecraft
go.
trailer, take 2.
Hi, JJ.
What's your
I am Steve.
what is you all's relationship with Minecraft?
None.
Kids played it at some point.
Do the small ones play Minecraft?
They did at some point. For some reason, the app on the iPads changed, and you all of a sudden had to pay for it. So
fuck that shit.
yeah, fuck it. I was like, I'm not buying something that we had once before. But they don't even play it. Like Luna sometimes will sometimes play Roblox with like her friend. But other than that,
Where are we?
because we couldn't also get that shit to work. So that's why I didn't understand why this movie was happening to begin with.
I mean, it's still huge, and they got Dad Bod Jason Momoa, so I'm down for that.
Listen, I said the one actor that I think I could beat, like Dad Bod Jason Momoa, absolutely. 100% easy.
You would take on Jason Momoa in this state, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Don't I know it?
Do this.
There are dark forces who want to destroy this world. If we want to stop them, we're going to need to create something amazing. Let's go to the stairs.
Yes. I know punching trees is a thing, so I guess they're doing this stuff. I don't know.
Well, they do that on Fortnite too. So they be punching walls and rocks and shit. Just defying physics.
Teleport wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only one I had. No biggie. Oh yeah, there's one more thing you need to know.
Great. Now it's dark.
Does that feel quick to anyone else?
Bonies.
Bonies?
I don't know. That's what I'm calling them.
I think
I
they're
don't know where
called creepers. I remember hearing somebody mention that before.
I don't know where I got bonies from. Maybe that's from Lego.
I don't know. But that's what that one was. So we saw that. That's a thing. It exists. I probably won't see it, but
I definitely will not.
I definitely won't see it.
that'll be it for this week's episode of the Creatia Conversation. No episode next week.
Clearly.
We will not be doing an episode on Thanksgiving. However,
I'd like to say that I'm thankful for y'all.
I'm thankful for you too, Mara. We mentioned earlier the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
So we're not doing my topic. We're just done.
We didn't do your topic? Fuck.
No.
All right. Matt, what's your topic?
I was gonna say we're gonna put that in the comments.
Real quick, just if you guys could interview one celebrity, dead or alive, for the Creatia Conversation, who would you want to interview? Mine is inspired by a recent passing and one of the coolest people that I have ever met, celebrity-wise. Even though my daughter was just asking me about Uncle Kevin, aka Kevin Nash, in the picture that's up on the wall behind me. It would be Tony Todd. Tony Todd has a span of movies and roles in TV and voiceover work that is amazing. We've talked about him in Venom. He's been in obviously iconic horror movie roles as well as Star Trek and just so many different things, and is genuinely one of the nicest, coolest people I have ever met. When I got to do a meet and greet with him, he was just so laid back, gave us as much time as we wanted, was just very cool, and I think he would be an awesome interview to do. So my pick is Tony Todd.
Okay. Mine is going to be of no surprise to anybody. No, not Will Smith. Even though I would like to do that one as well, but that would not be my first choice. My first choice is Snoop D-O Double G. Like, I've said this before too, like my ultimate goal in life and everything is to get Snoop Dogg to sit down and play D&D with me. If I accomplish that, I can die the next day happy. Like, it is one thing that I want, and I will do whatever is necessary to make that happen. Now, there are other choices out there too, like Matt mentioned, Will Smith, and of course I'd want to do that. But yeah, the one for me, if I had one choice, it would be Snoop.
For me, I was still thinking on it because I was like, I don't really know how people I want to interview. And it was I was trying not to go with like one of my like typicals. Like would have been like, or I would have been like Megan Thee Stallion because I want to learn more about her. But I mean, you took a good one, Travis. Snoop Dogg, because I would love to talk with him.
I could barely hear you just then. What'd you say?
Oh shit! I was just like, I would love to, because I was like, you took a good one. I was still sitting here thinking of like, who would I want to sit and have like a conversation with? And when you said Snoop Dogg, I was like, I would love to talk with him, but I think I would want to talk to younger Snoop Dogg. Like, I feel
I
like
put it out in the world for you, Travis. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Okay.
For him to talk with Snoop Dogg, that'd be great.
No, for me to play D&D with Snoop Dogg, I know what he was talking about.
Oh, that'd be even cooler. I feel like I just want to.
Oh man, kids are fucking dumb, man. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Kids are hilarious.
You know what she's doing?
I love you, baby.
She's doing what makes her happy. And you know what? Sometimes that includes just doing dumb shit. And I get it.
I love it. But I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with a younger Snoop or even a Tupac. No, Aaliyah. Because
okay.
I want to know what she had planned for her career. I would love to have heard what her dream was after she, because I feel like there's all these documentaries out here, especially like all the R. Kelly shit. And I feel like
I want the truth about R. Kelly.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, because I feel like hearing her side of it probably would be fucking heartbreaking. Because just hearing other people's like recollection on, the last few years of her life or like her involvement and stuff like that, it's hard to hear it. And even now with like the Diddy shit, like seeing like photos of him with her and stuff, and it's just like, damn. But I would want to interview her because I would love to hear like what she would have loved to have done with her career.
I feel it.
As you know, because like I feel like people say all the time, like, you know, Beyonce wouldn't be where if Aaliyah was still here, and I was like, I don't think that, but I feel like they would have been competing.
Yeah.
They would have been competing.
She definitely did leave a void. That's true.
She definitely does. Because I watched Queen of the Damned over Halloween time, and I was like watching, I was like, damn, we'll never get more of this. But I would love to interview her.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose someone living, it would still be Snoop.
Yeah.
This in the back.
See, I don't even need younger Snoop. I'd take Snoop today because that's just
wisdom.
Snoop today is better than Snoop back in the day because Snoop today is a completely different person. He, like I said, the Martha Stewart shit, the kids' albums. He's playing Fortnite. Snoop Dogg is streaming himself playing as himself in Fortnite.
I was screaming. Luna was playing yesterday, and I got her the Ice Spice bundle because she kept asking about it, and she was like playing, I think, Reload or something, and then all of a sudden, all I heard was like someone when you shoot them and they die, and she was like, "Ooh, I just killed Snoop Dogg," and I was like, "Excuse you." Do not say that again.
Oh man.
Sorry, Matt, that your topic kind of got pushed to the end. And
it's okay.
I for real forgot that we didn't do it. Like, my bad, dude. Like, for
I
real.
just assumed there was some kind of inner communication between the two of you that was just like, we'll find a way to put it out there.
No. I think it's because we ended up doing my topic, and most often we end up doing mine last. So it was just like in my head, I'm like, okay, well, we finished mine up, we're done. Like,
but let's go before.
Yes,
let's
let Matt get back to the child. Thank you all for watching. We mentioned the socials already, but also don't forget Facebook at facebook.com/creationworld. Also, as Facebook groups you can join, facebook.com/group/DevDragons. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, all that good stuff, just drop on in there, talk Game of Thrones and all that with us, or just drop a picture of a dragon because dragons are cool. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/SmackItRaw, the official Facebook group for the Smack It Raw podcast, which is every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Central. Let me finish.
Central is the only time that matters.
Anyway, there's that. You can find me on all the socials at Lord_Cussalot. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Except Blue Sky, that's just Lord Cussalot without the underscore. Mar, where can they find you? We're on Blue Sky as well. I said that creationworld.com/Blue Sky.
Yeah. Told you I'd make a banner.
Yes, appreciate you.
All the same places. Mar the Shark, however you put it, because Blue Sky is very technical.
Where can they find you, Matt?
You can follow me on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, and TikTok at Smacking It Raw.
That'll be it for this week then. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, we out.
Happy holidays.
Peace. Say bye, Zoe.
Baby, wave hi.